welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Madison. I make healthy living and lifestyle videos. I'm a mom of 2 toddlers, and today I'm taking you through a massive meal prep with me. We are 2 weeks out from my first marathon, so I am kind of prepping and really just paying attention to what I'm eating over the next couple weeks, just trying to get race day ready. So I'm gonna take you through what I'm meal prepping for this week. I've got a couple of recipes lined up and some stuff that I'm gonna be prepping ahead, so I'm very excited. We also just have a busy week because my oldest is getting her tonsils taken out this week, which is a real bummer, but it's gonna be good. But we just know we're gonna have a busy week. Here's a little bit of the haul of everything we just bought. We just went to the grocery store and spent like an hour getting all these groceries. So a lot of this I'm gonna be using to make the recipes. And then we also got some like snacks for her for the week that she's like gonna have her tonsils taken out, so that she can just like have popsicles and yogurt and the normal stuff that you have when you have your tonsils taken out. So I'm gonna put all this away and then get to cooking. Daniel's gonna be in here with me too. He's prepping some drumsticks and wings. So we're doing like a little Bronco party.
Little Bronco party, let's go.
So he's gonna actually be using like this recipe out of, this is like one of my tip top favorite cookbooks. This is Rachel's Good Eats. He's gonna be making some honey glazed garlic wings, and I think these are gonna turn out really good. So he's gonna be kind of following that recipe for those. Okay, so here are a couple of the cookbooks that I'm using for the recipes today. So this one is so great if you are about to do a marathon like I am, because it's got a lot of recipes that are specifically made for athletes and for training. So I kind of marked with just sticky notes what recipes I was gonna do. So I've got this like Swiss muesli bowl, which sounds really, really good. And that's like a make ahead recipe for breakfast. And then I've got this like soba noodle salad dinner. It's like a salad, but I'm actually gonna make it more like a noodle, like a warm noodle stir fry. And then this like flu fighter chicken stew looks really good too. So let's get started. Okay, so we definitely have a working kitchen today where Daniel's cooking. I've got Jules in here doing some playing, so it's a little noisy. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. But the first thing we're gonna start with is the Swiss muesli bowls. This is out of the Run Fast, Eat Slow cookbook. I'm actually gonna do 3 of these bowls because these are like a make ahead overnight oat, but they've got like really good ingredients, and then I can have these as like a quick breakfast throughout the week, because obviously I wanna be carb loading this week for, I have like a 10K on Saturday, and then the following week is my actual race. And sometime this week I have to get in like a 15 miler, so I definitely like want to be fueling properly. So we're gonna start with these and then jump into another breakfast recipe. Okay, next is called for some Granny Smith apples, so I'm gonna grate this real quick. I'm gonna chop up a couple of dates to throw in this as well, just because I think that will taste really good. and they taste so good. I think I'm just gonna do these 2 for now. I might make one more, but I wanna get on to the next recipe, so I'm gonna pop these in the fridge. Okay, the next thing we're gonna make are these superhero muffins. So they're basically like a zucchini carrot cake muffin, but they have walnuts, dates, almond flour, zucchini, carrot, and they just look really, really yummy. So I feel like these will be a good like grab and go. So let's get started on those. I think I'm gonna add some coconut to these too, because coconut just makes everything better. Braiding is probably one of my least favorite things to do because it's so tedious and I'm always afraid I'm gonna scratch my hand, like, but I feel like this is gonna turn out a little better for muffins versus how I did it with this one. This one's technically a grater too, but it made like more of like longer strips, whereas this is gonna make like a finer mixture, I guess. So that's what I'm doing. It's a labor of love. These ones are yummy power oats. They make strong and healthy.
Oh, look, I did it.
Yep, it's got yummy oats and dates, carrots. Look how good those look in like literally 20 minutes. Man. Now I'm gonna prep the dinners that I have planned. So I have 2 meals on my meal prep because a lot of it is just like chopped veggies and chicken. They're both, one is like a stir fry and the other one is a soup. So these are really great for meal prepping because I can actually like prep all the veggies and just have it like ready to go in a bag and then just basically add the chicken, add it all to like an Instapot or to a skillet and cook it all up. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this first one is a soba noodle salad, but I'm actually making it like a chicken stir fry with ramen noodles, or maybe rice noodles. I have both, but I'm not sure which ones I'm gonna use because I couldn't find soba noodles at the grocery store. So we're gonna do it with just like pad thai noodles instead, which I think will be great. So this one actually has this really good peanut sauce that looks amazing, that's made with peanut butter. I don't actually buy peanut butter very often. I normally buy almond butter, but for a peanut sauce, I definitely wanted to have peanut butter. So got that. The one thing I did forget was chopped peanuts, so I'm gonna have to probably get some of those, but we're not planning on eating this for a couple of days, so I have time. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with chopping all the veggies. So this recipe calls for a small red cabbage. This is the only one I could find. It's literally the size of my head. So I'm gonna chop this up, and I'll be honest, I don't know what even to do with the rest of it. I'm like, do I freeze it? I think I can just freeze it. So I'm gonna just chop it up into like how I put it into any sort of stir fry, and we'll have red cabbage for probably the rest of the year. The other things this recipe calls for is some broccoli. I went for broccolini because I like it better. And I also got I actually already had yellow bell pepper, so I have that. And then I have some onion. I'm only gonna use a half an onion because I have one that is left over, and I really think that's all I'll need for this because it's got so many other vegetables in it. And I have onion powder as well, but I don't see the reason to cut an entire onion just for that. My kids don't really like onion. They always like pick around it. So I think I'm gonna do that. And then I'm adding 4 carrots to this. So this will be everything I'm chopping up. Okay, so I'm going to use I think this is like the mandolin slicer. I think this is the one I'm using. I have like 2 different ones. I have this blade one that does like thicker slices, and then I have this one that does almost like sticks. I think I'm gonna use this one, even though this one scares me, only because I think that's gonna make more of like the kind of noodly salad texture that I'm going for versus like sticks. So what I do is I just pop this into the front of my chopper, and you'll just skim the carrots right over the top. Oops, this is not the right one. This one here. Very carefully. We're just gonna like this and skim the carrots right over the top, and it should make nice little strips. So as long as I don't chop my hand off, we should be good. Okay, now for the broccolini, I am just going to basically cut these into like little florets, like that. Then I'll probably discard some of the stems. Okay, so now for the big cabbage. This is gonna take a minute. Okay, so here's a haul of the veggies. This is like barely even a quarter of the cabbage, but that's all I'm gonna do right now. And all this, I'm just gonna toss into a plastic bag so that it's ready for the dish when I go to cook it. Okay, so to prep this so that it's really easy for basically just throwing together at dinner time, I just have a reusable gallon-sized bag. And I'm gonna put all the veggies in here so that they're already chopped. This is honestly part of what takes so long, especially when I go to do like a veggie dish, is just the prepping of the vegetables. The washing, the chopping, peeling them, all of that. So now that this part is done, this is gonna make it really just like a dump and go when it comes to dinner time. I like these reusable bags too, because then I, you know, just know that I'm not throwing away like a gallon-sized bag every time I do something like this. And these are also dishwasher safe, so I just turn them inside out and wash them in the dishwasher on, you know, just like my normal cycle, and they basically are just able to be reused again, which is awesome. So I've got all the veggies in here. I'm just gonna zip this up and pop it in the fridge so that it's ready for the rest of this meal. The other thing for that meal is basically some rice noodles or soba noodles, which I'll make like the day of with like chicken broth and everything like that. It also calls for like some soy sauce and sesame oil, things like that, just to like make the stir fry. But the veggie prep is like what actually takes the longest. The other thing that I'm like tempted to do right now is chop up the chicken and have that like already like sliced up so that it's ready to just cook. But I don't really feel like doing it right now, and it honestly doesn't take that much time. It's really the veggies that take a long time, so I could just like thaw out the meat so it's ready to go. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna pop some chicken in the fridge so that it can thaw, and then it will be ready to just slice up and throw in the skillet when it's time to make the dinner. But that's that recipe. But the thing that is most important for that recipe is the peanut sauce. So that's what we're gonna make now. That's what the peanut sauce looks like, and you can also prep this ahead, and I guess it frees as well. So I'm gonna basically try to make like, I might do a double batch, I'm not really sure. We'll just have to see what I have ingredients wise, but this is what we're gonna make next. Okay, the first thing this calls for is a yellow onion. And this one's calling for it diced, which again, so thankful I have a vegetable chopper because that makes it so easy. I'm definitely sensitive to onions. Onions, anytime I cut them, always make my eyes water. So if my makeup looks really bad the rest of this video, that's probably why, because I can already feel the fumes. Sometimes I literally have to leave the room. Like I have to go upstairs because the fumes will be so bad. There's the onion. Okay, it says to do this, to heat this up in a skillet with some olive oil. While that is warming up, I'm going to prep all the rest of the ingredients, because basically you add all the other ingredients in after the like aromatics are done. So the garlic and the onion. So starting with the onion, I'm just warming that up on the stove, and then I'll add garlic to it. Coconut milk. Okay, more.
You don't need my carrots, you cut them all.
Okay, I think I got it pretty smooth. And I'm gonna add some lime juice. Shoot.
Oh, you dropped it?
I did. Oh no. No. Oh no. I dropped the lime in there. I was trying to squeeze it and it slipped out of my hand. So I'm gonna use a citrus press now. popping this in here.
No, it's not that hot. You want me to get you a straw?
My mom got me this really cool thing for Christmas. So I'm gonna pop this on here. And then you put this on top, I think. And then you just turn it on. And it like vacuum seals it shut so that it keeps stuff fresh longer. So I'm gonna vacuum seal this one. I hope it's okay to do that while it's hot. I assume so, because you can stuff when it's hot. When you can things, you do it hot. So it's like beeping and flashing at me, but it counts down. And it's just like a USB-C charge. But for the rest of this, I'm not sure what container to put it in. Okay. Oh, I think it's because it like sealed it. It kind of took some of the pressure out of it. So I might have had it too full. Oh well. Okay. That's one. Okay, I'm hoping the rest will fit in this. Yeah. That should be good. I realized this meal would be good with, like, it's gonna be good with chicken. I was tempted to do beef, but I don't think a peanut sauce would go good with beef. So I'm definitely gonna do chicken, but I'm just gonna do what I planned and just thaw out the chicken ahead of time. Like I'm gonna put the chicken in the fridge now so that it thaws out, because we'll probably make this on like Thursday or Friday, I would guess. So I'll have it like all the veggies ready to go and everything just prepped, sauce ready to go. All I'll have to do is chop up the chicken. You're saying hi? And that'll be really easy. For the last meal I'm making tonight, it's called the Flu Fighter Chicken Stew. And it's basically like a chicken and rice stew with kind of just like a good like chicken noodle soup, but with rice. So I'm gonna prep all the veggies for this. This one is a little different where basically you can put it all in the crock pot and you actually put in the chicken whole, which is super nice. So I'm going to thaw the chicken just like I did for the other noodle recipe. I'm just gonna have the chicken thawing out in the fridge so that the morning of when I'm ready to make this and throw it all in the crock pot, I can just like toss it in along with the rest of the ingredients, but the ingredients will all be ready to go. So the only things I'm not gonna really have to prep are the stock and the rice, because that can easily just get poured in. So let's prep all the rest of the veggies and everything like that. And I actually swapped out the bag for a like Pyrex dish, because that one doesn't have any like sauces or anything. It was just veggies, so I decided to put it in Pyrex. This one is gonna have like garlic and I think maybe like some salt and pepper in it. I think maybe just garlic. So I figured this one would be better in a bag. If you're wondering why all the carrots are different sizes, Zoe was practicing her cutting, so she was using her little plastic knife and kind of butchered a couple of carrots. So I'm trying to use up those because I know they'll just stay in the bag. So, and they were brand new carrots. So. Everything I'm gonna put in this bag. Then I'm gonna get another Ziploc. You could also just use like a glass jar if you have it, but I'm all out of glass jars because of all the meal prepping I've been doing. So this one, basically you kind of do things in stages. So you're gonna add like the onion and carrots and have that simmer on the stove first, and then you add in the next ingredients. So I'm putting these in a separate baggie just so that I know for myself that like these happen in different stages so I don't forget. Because sometimes like some recipes are just like a dump and go, which is really nice. This one has a little bit more steps, but I'm just still trying to make it easy for myself so that like it's all separated out and it turns out like the best it can. So the next step is to do some ginger. So I'm only gonna do this much just because I don't want it to be too spicy for the kids. And this says finely chopped, which is making me want to use the chopper, but I also don't know if that's gonna chop it finely enough. So I'm gonna give the chopper a try and see how that turns out. And if I feel like it needs to be even finer after that, then I'll just hand chop it, I think. I was tempted to just use the grater, but the grater takes so long, and it is saying more of like a chop than grating this time. So I'm just peeling the skin off of it now. which this is so tedious. I love getting frozen ginger. You can actually get frozen cube ginger. I always just get it at Target. And that is such a game changer for recipes because you can literally just toss a whole cube into whatever you're doing, or into a smoothie or a juice or whatever, and it's just so easy compared to actual fresh ginger, which just is a bit time consuming. But you know, I understand at the same time that, like, you know, this is probably has a little bit more health benefits having it raw like this, but I think it's probably still like pretty minuscule when it comes to, like, if this is what's keeping you from eating ginger, then I think the cubes are a good alternative. But I just grabbed some fresh ginger this time. So
I want to stick with you.
no. So I just added that to the bigger bag, so it's all together. The last step is some parsley and spinach, and this you put in at the very last minute, like after everything else has cooked down. So I'm gonna put this also in a separate bag. That way, again, I know it's done at a separate time. So I'll obviously like look at the recipe when I go to cook everything, but this is still saving me a lot of time as far as doing everything now versus where I can just kind of do like step by step versus doing everything at once, of chopping everything and defrosting the chicken and all of that. This is gonna save me a lot of time having the veggies prepped. So this one calls for 3 cups of packed spinach. I don't have any spinach right now. I have some mixed greens that I'm using instead, but I think these will turn out really good as well. Plus I wanna use these up before they go bad, so I think a soup is like the perfect thing for it because you won't really be able to tell if it's like a little wilted or anything like that. So I'm just gonna, I honestly think I'm just gonna use up the rest of this so I can throw this box away. It might be a little more than 3, but it's okay. Use those extra greens. Inside this bag I have all of the veggies. I've got the parsley and spinach together for the very end, and I also have the aromatics all together. So this is gonna be so good, and this is gonna save me so much time because instead of having to chop everything and measure everything out, it's all ready to go, and all I have to do is basically dump each bag in when it's time. So you could definitely like label these if you wanted to. I've got some actually like really cute sticker labels, so I think I'm going to put on here what this is just so I remember, because knowing me, I'm gonna forget. Okay, so the last recipe I am making today is a whole fruit juice. So this one calls for 2 peeled oranges. So that's what I'm doing real quick. And then 2 peeled carrots, a small piece of ginger, and some coconut water. I didn't end up getting coconut water, kind of expensive at the store we were at. So I decided just to do, it said you could do filtered water, so I'm just gonna do that. But I want to be drinking this because it's really high in vitamin C, and I'm trying not to get sick before this race. So I feel like this will be a really good thing for me to drink in the morning. So I'm just peeling this orange, and today I actually have a juicer, and I've done juices on my channel before, and I love using my juicer. I really like using my juicer, but it is a lot of parts, so I like doing it like when I'm gonna like be doing a lot of juice at once. So, which I'm not today, I'm just doing like 1 juice. That's why I'm not gonna drag the whole thing out today. And this actually says that I can use just a high-speed blender and make it more of like a smoothie. So that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm not good for you. Do it. Well.
First thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of frozen mango. It says like half a cup, so that should be good. Then I'm adding my carrot, ginger, and I'm just gonna start with one of the oranges and then I'll add the other orange afterward. Now I'm gonna add the other orange as well as the water. Okay, we'll have to see. It's not as sweet as I was expecting, but I guess that makes sense because it doesn't really have like, it's got some kick from the ginger, but it's like just subtly sweet. It almost tastes like, gosh, what does it taste like? Like you can taste the mango and the carrot and the orange. It's just like very light. It's good though. And honestly, yeah, you could strain it, but I don't even know if I'm gonna worry about it. Like I think I'm just gonna put the lid to the Ninja on this and call it a day. I might add a little bit more water just to like, I don't know, water it down a little bit. It's like, it's really good. And honestly, it'd be really good with like some cayenne pepper, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so I added this Ninja lid on this. This is like just like a storage container one. So I'm gonna pop this in the fridge. And what I may do is I may like try this tomorrow and add like a little honey to it or something, and then put the rest in like airtight containers like the ones that I showed you with the mason jar, just so that they stay fresh and don't go bad. But I think for tonight, this is good. That is gonna do it for my meal prep today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It lets me know what kind of videos you guys wanna see. This was so much fun getting everything prepped, and I feel very prepared for this upcoming week. And make sure you're subscribed because I am making new videos every week, especially leading up to my first marathon. I am so excited. We're 15 days out at this point, which is just crazy. I cannot believe we're so close. And I have a lot of different videos coming up for that. And of course, I'll be documenting the entire race day with you guys. So make sure you're subscribed, and also follow me over on TikTok because I'm posting updates there almost daily. And I'm just taking you through my runs and how I'm prepping and things I'm getting for the race, everything like that. So make sure you're following me over there. I also post kind of mom content over there as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.